In this video, I'm going to talk about consistency. Okay, so as you may know, like if you want to get better at, let's say, painting or just playing an instrument, you have to practice. Like you have to practice consistently, okay? And now you can go about consistency in one or two ways, okay? And I hope you are doing one of these, okay? If you aren't, then you're not going to see much improvement, okay? I'm just going to tell you that right now. I'm a music teacher, and I'm telling you, like, if you don't practice, you're not going to get better. It's the obvious thing, right? But basically, there are two ways to kind of practice. Like if you want to improve, let's say playing piano, okay? So the first way, which is probably a really dumb way, is that you're setting aside, like you get super motivated. You have this dream, you want to learn this song. So you set it in front of you and you sit in front of the piano for like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and then you get burnt out. And then the day after you realize, oh, I spent a lot of time practicing already, so maybe I'll practice not today, but I'll do it tomorrow because I spent so much time already on it, okay? But then the thing is, you can very easily keep saying that to yourself for the entire week. And then when it comes back to like, okay, where am I at with the song? You realize that you haven't gone that far, okay? You might have learned, maybe half a song. Great, okay, that's really good. But it's not very good for your brain, okay? So if you're familiar with like video games, right? You've heard of this term, it's called like meta. It stands for like most effective tactic available, okay? So like in every game, like I used to play Overwatch a lot, okay? There was always like a meta going on, the best team composition, so that you could go and win, like that you could take the easiest path to be able to win against the other team. Within learning, okay, if you want to improve on something, the meta to be able to learn wouldn't be to sit for one day a week. It wouldn't be to sit there for 6 hours and then the rest of the days you basically do nothing, okay? It is rather consistency in each day, okay? So that means even if it's just like, an hour a day, that's a hell of a lot better than 10 hours for one day in a week, okay? Your brain can only soak up so much information that even those 10 hours, like realistically, only the 2 hours of like really hard work in that span of time, that's all you're really going to take up. You're not going to take any more time apart from that. Okay, that would be the meta in learning. So even if you're like painting and all that, okay, if you want to get better at painting and you're just researching all these videos about like how to improve, okay, obviously sitting down and actually painting is a hell of a lot better than just researching about it, right? It's just kind of obvious. But just spend at least a bit of time each day. Maybe even tell yourself like, oh, at this time of day, like 4 p.m., I'm going to do this. I'm going to practice this from 4 to 5 o'clock. I'm only going to do this. I'm going to sit myself down. I'm not going to have my phone anywhere. I'm just going to sit down and focus on this one thing. Okay? That would be the meta to be able to learn. Okay? Now, once you're able to get like used to 1 hour, maybe you can increase it, okay? But just make sure that whatever you are focusing on, okay? So let's say, yeah, you want to get better at painting, okay? You're actually you have that goal in mind to get better at painting, because it's very easy to say, okay, I'm sitting down, I'm gonna improve on painting, but I'm gonna research videos, or I'm gonna watch videos on how to get better at painting instead of actually painting itself, okay? Because there's a rule, it's called like the 80-20 rule, okay? It speaks about how 20% of the things that you do brings 80% of your results, okay? And that is present in basically everything. Now, it might be more like 10% to 90%, so 10% of the things that you do brings 90% of the results. Think about your 80-20, okay? So if it is painting, it is probably, you're going to be painting most of your time. So let's say you spend 50 minutes of your time painting and then you watch one video on how to actually improve. And then you think to yourself, okay, I watched this video, I'm going to apply that knowledge the next time I'm in. And then, tomorrow you sit down and you try that out, okay? And then by doing that, you progressively kind of like overload all the knowledge that you're getting instead of sitting like one day a week, 7 hours, you're just trying to plan everything out just because that's the only time you have. It can work, but it's not as enjoyable as what I am suggesting to you here, okay? And you should try to believe me as well, okay? Like, yeah, you could say, it's kind of dumb to just believe this like kid, but I teach music, and it's the students that kind of like learn, or sorry, they they practice for an hour a day, like no matter what time, as long as they're consistent with doing it every day, they improve so much faster. Okay, so just believe me here, you will improve so much faster. Okay, very, very simple video. Okay, now this lesson could be, obviously, it can put into anything, especially even the gym, but yeah. Okay, hopefully this video was helpful. I had this glass of water with me. It has barely any water. I really should have filled it up. I thought my throat was going to dry up, but basically, if you found this video helpful, you can subscribe, you can leave a like, and if you're interested in possibly joining, so I have a community that you can join. It's full of like ambitious artists. If you're interested, you can check the description of this video to join it. So yeah, that's the end of this video. See you later. Bye bye.